Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something real for a moment, something that matters. There's a reason why someone keeps thinking about you, even when you're not in the room. It's not magic, it's not coincidence, no, it's something you put out into the world, something undeniable. When you stand tall in who you are, with no apology, you radiate a confidence that's impossible to ignore. People notice when you walk into a room and own it. And it's not just because of your appearance or your words, it's because you carry yourself with an energy that says, I know who I am and I'm not backing down. That confidence, it stays with them long after the interaction. But here's the truth, words alone don't make a lasting impression. It's how you act when nobody's looking that truly leaves a mark. Your actions, your decisions, your integrity, those are the things that stick with people. When you show up, when you follow through, when you do what you say you're going to do, it speaks volumes about the kind of person you are. It's your deeds, not your words, that make people think, wow, this person, they're different. But let's go deeper. You leave an imprint not because of how you impress someone in the moment, but because of the way you make them feel. People remember how you made them feel, not just the words you said. Your kindness, your strength, your empathy, it's these things that stay with people. The impact you have, no matter how small, can resonate for days, weeks, even years. And you know what else? You've got to have boundaries. You've got to know what you will tolerate and what you won't. And people respect that. They respect the fact that you've set a standard for how you're treated. When you protect your peace, your time, and your energy, it says something loud and clear to others. You're not here to play games. You're here to make things happen, and people remember that. So the next time someone can't get you off their mind, don't wonder why. You've earned it. It's because of who you are, what you do, how you make them feel, and the respect you command. Keep being that person. Keep being unapologetically you, because that's what makes them think about you. When you step into a room, how you carry yourself speaks volumes before you even say a word. It's not just about the clothes you wear or the way you present your physical appearance, it's the energy you exude. There is an undeniable power in owning your identity, and when you do, it changes everything around you. Confidence, true confidence, isn't about arrogance or pretending to be something you're not. It's about embracing who you are, understanding your value, and moving through the world with the kind of quiet strength that others can't help but notice. When you have confidence in yourself, it becomes a silent force that attracts people. It's magnetic. Confidence isn't something you force, it's something you cultivate from within. It's the unwavering belief that you have something valuable to offer. It doesn't require validation from others because you've already validated yourself. This is what makes you stand out, not because you try to be the loudest or most outspoken person in the room, but because you've learned to walk with purpose. You've learned that the most powerful thing you can do is simply be yourself. It's an energy that others feel, and they can't help but be drawn to it. You're not looking for approval, you're too busy owning your space, your worth, and your journey. Confidence means showing up as you are without the fear of judgment. It's an internal knowing that you are worthy of success, respect, love, and peace. But here's the secret. Confidence is not a destination, it's a practice. It's about the small, everyday actions that reinforce your sense of self-worth. Confidence is built over time, through experiences, through challenges, and through overcoming obstacles. Every time you choose to rise above your doubts, you build a stronger foundation. Each small victory, each time you stand tall in the face of adversity, adds a brick to the fortress of confidence you create. The more you trust yourself, the more others will trust you. Confidence isn't about perfection. It's not about having all the answers or never making mistakes. It's about understanding that mistakes don't define you and that you can still move forward regardless. There is strength in vulnerability and humility. When you own your imperfections and learn from them, it shows you're not afraid to grow, to change, and to evolve. That's the essence of true confidence, being okay with not knowing everything, but still moving forward with courage and conviction. This kind of confidence, the kind that comes from within, is a rare and powerful thing. It isn't based on external circumstances or the approval of others. It's based on the understanding that you are enough just as you are. When you step into your own power, you stop seeking validation from others. Instead, you become a source of inspiration. People around you can feel that energy. They feel the confidence that emanates from you, and whether they acknowledge it or not, it leaves an impression. It's the way you carry yourself, the way you navigate life, with an inner peace that comes from knowing you are on the right path. Confidence is contagious. When you live with it, it encourages others to do the same. It sets a standard for those around you. They begin to believe that if you can stand in your truth, so can they. Your confidence becomes a light that shines in the dark, a beacon for those who need to see that it's possible to live fully, authentically, and unapologetically. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. And when you embrace your real self, you give permission to others to do the same. The impact of this confidence is felt not only in how people interact with you, but in the way they think about you when you're not around. There's something magnetic about a person who has no need for approval because they are secure in their own skin. They don't need to boast. They don't need to prove anything. They simply are. And that energy sticks with people long after the interaction ends. They walk away from a conversation with you and something inside them lingers. There's something about them. It's the quiet power of a person who knows their worth and doesn't need to shout it to the world. It's felt in the way you speak, the way you listen, the way you make others feel valued simply by showing up as your authentic self. So, never underestimate the power of carrying yourself with confidence. It's a gift you give to yourself and to the world. When you know your worth, others start to see it too. It's a force that cannot be ignored. And the more you live in that space, the more you begin to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the kind of life that reflects your inner strength. Your confidence is what will make others think about you long after you've walked away. Words can be powerful, yes, but actions are what truly define a person. Anyone can speak a good game, but it's the steps you take and the way you act that prove who you really are. The things you do when no one's watching, the commitments you honor, the consistency in your behavior, that's where the real measure of your character lies. It's easy to say you'll do something, but it's how you follow through that separates the talkers from the doers. In this world, actions speak louder than words, and it's through your actions that you leave a lasting impression on those around you. Think about it for a moment. Words are fleeting. A conversation can be forgotten, promises can be broken, and grand statements can lose their power. But actions, they have substance. They create lasting impressions. When you show up and deliver, when you take initiative and make things happen, that's what sticks with people. It's not just about what you say you're going to do, it's about what you actually do. People notice this. They may not say it, but they pay attention to how you operate, and your actions define how they perceive you. You become a person who can be trusted, a person who doesn't just talk but does. The beauty of actions is that they reveal your true character. When challenges arise, when things get tough, that's when your true colors show. You walk away, or do you face the difficulty head on? Do you give up when things get uncomfortable? Or do you push through and rise to the occasion? The decisions you make in moments of adversity are the ones that people remember. It's easy to act with integrity when things are going well, but the true test of a person's character is in how they behave when faced with a challenge. It's your actions, not your words, that define how you'll be remembered. There's also something incredibly powerful about the consistency of your actions. Anyone can act in a certain way for a short period of time, but it's consistency that builds trust and respect. When people see that you consistently live by your values, that you consistently show up, that you consistently follow through, they start to trust you. They know that when you say something, you mean it. They know that when you commit to something, you'll deliver. You become a person of integrity, a person who is known for their word because your actions back up everything you say. The consistency of your behavior becomes a silent promise to those around you. It shows that you are reliable, dependable, and committed to doing what you say you will do. I think about the people in your life who have left a lasting impact. How do you remember them? More than likely, it's not because of what they said, but because of what they did. Maybe they showed up for you in a time of need, or they followed through on a promise when others didn't. Maybe they took action to make something better, or they worked tirelessly to help others. Those are the things that make an impact. It's the actions that reveal the heart and soul of a person. And it's those actions that people remember long after the conversation ends. When you live with this mindset, focusing on your actions, not just your words, you start to realize the power you hold. The way you act can change the course of someone's day, someone's week, or even their life. Whether you're making small, everyday choices or taking bold steps to make a big difference, your actions have the power to influence those around you. People watch and they notice. They see how you treat others, how you approach challenges, and how you remain true to your word. These actions speak louder than anything you could ever say. This is why people remember you, not because of the things you say, but because of the things you do. You build a reputation not on the promises you make, but on the ones you keep. And over time, those actions accumulate. The way you handle situations, the way you show up for others, the way you live your life, it all adds up. People may forget the words you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel through your actions. Living a life of action also encourages those around you to do the same. Your behavior stays standard. When you act with integrity, when you make the effort to follow through on your commitments, others take notice. It motivates them to elevate their own actions and rise to the same level. By leading with actions, you create an environment where people know that they can rely on you and that their own actions will be held to a higher standard. You become a catalyst for growth, not only in your own life, but in the lives of those you influence. At the end of the day, words can only do so much. They may inspire, they may persuade, they may move people temporarily, but it's actions that build trust, create change, and leave lasting impressions. When you live by this truth, that your actions are the truest reflection of who you are, you will naturally earn the respect of others and make a deeper impact in the world around you. And when people think about you, it won't just be because of what you said, but because of what you did. It's not the fleeting moments, the small talk, or the casual greetings that leave a lasting impression. It's the deep, authentic connections you make with people, the way you truly engage with them, that sticks with them long after you've parted ways. You've probably heard it said that people won't always remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. This truth is more profound than it may seem at first glance, because the way you show up for others in real, meaningful ways is what shapes their memory of you. It's not about the surface level interactions. It's the depth of your presence, your attentiveness, and your care that stays with someone. When you invest your energy into others, when you listen without distraction, when you show up with empathy and understanding, it creates a bond that transcends the ordinary. The moments you share, the conversations you engage in, are more than just exchanges of words. They are opportunities to connect on a deeper level. It's easy to get caught up in our busy lives and to rush through interactions. But when you take the time to truly be present, you create an experience that's memorable. It's in the way you make people feel seen, heard, and valued that they start to think of you long after the encounter ends. They think about the people in your life who have made a lasting impact on you. It's likely that they did something that went beyond what was expected. They gave you their time, their undivided attention, or offered you their wisdom in a way that resonated deeply. Maybe they lifted you up when you were down, or maybe they simply listened when you needed to talk. It's these acts of kindness, generosity, and genuine engagement that create a connection that lingers in the heart and mind. People remember those moments, and those moments make them think about you long after they've left your presence. True impact comes not from the things you do on a superficial level, but from the way you show up with sincerity and authenticity. It's about investing your emotional energy into relationships, not just going through the motions. When you show that you genuinely care about someone, about their hopes, their dreams, their struggles, it builds trust and respect. People know when you're authentic with them, when your words align with your actions, and when your interest in them isn't just for show. This authenticity is what sets you apart and makes people think about you after the fact. The emotional imprint you leave on someone through genuine connection is something they carry with them, and it can influence their thoughts and actions for a long time. People's memories are often tied to the way they felt in certain moments. You've probably experienced this yourself. You may not remember every word of a conversation, but you remember how it made you feel. When someone truly cares about you, when they make you feel important and valued, that sensation sticks. And that feeling, whether it's warmth, encouragement, understanding, or compassion, can stay with someone for a long time, often much longer than any surface level interaction. It's these deeper moments that create a lasting impression and make you unforgettable to others. This is why the way you make someone feel is so significant. When you approach others with kindness, respect, and a genuine desire to understand them, you form an emotional connection that can withstand time and distance. People may not remember the specifics of a conversation, but they will remember how you made them feel in that moment. And that feeling can ripple through their lives, shaping how they view the world, how they interact with others, and how they approach their own challenges. You may not realize it at the time, but your presence, your words, and your actions have the power to influence people in ways that extend far beyond the initial interaction. When you create these deep connections, you start to make an impact not just in their lives, but in the lives of others as well. People who feel valued and heard are more likely to pay that forward, to treat others with the same level of respect and kindness that they experience with you. It's a chain reaction of positivity and authenticity. And it all starts with the way you make someone feel. The impact of these moments is often subtle, but it's profound. It shapes the way people think, it influences their behavior, and it stays with them for a long time. That's why, when you've made a real, lasting impression on someone, they think about you long after you've parted ways. They carry the feeling you gave them with them, and it becomes a part of their experience, their memory of you. In a world that can sometimes feel fast-paced and transactional, it's the moments of genuine connection that stand out the most. The effort you put into making someone feel seen, appreciated, and understood may seem small in the moment, but it has a ripple effect that can last far beyond your interaction. This is the kind of impact that transcends time and distance. It's the kind of impact that people remember long after the conversation ends, long after you've walked away. And it's the reason why, when they think about you, it's not because of anything you said or did in a superficial way, but because of how you made them feel. That is the true power of human connection. Respect is not something that can be demanded, it must be earned. It is not something that you can simply expect because of your title, your position, or your role in someone's life. True respect comes from how you treat yourself, how you protect your own boundaries, and how you show up in the world. When you understand your value, when you respect your time, your energy, and your space, others begin to do the same. People can sense when you demand respect not by what you say, but by how you set the standard for how you allow others to treat you. When you establish and maintain healthy boundaries, you are not just protecting your peace, you are teaching others how to interact with you. Boundaries show that you value yourself enough to set limits, and this is a powerful message. They communicate that you are not willing to sacrifice your integrity, your well-being, or your values for anyone or anything. When you make it clear that you are unwilling to accept disrespect, people take notice. They learn quickly that if they want to be part of your life, they must treat you with the same level of respect and consideration that you give yourself. One of the most important things to understand is that setting boundaries doesn't make you rigid or unapproachable. In fact, it shows incredible strength and self-awareness. It takes courage to speak up for yourself, to assert what you need and what you will not tolerate. And while some may not understand your boundaries at first, over time, they will respect them. Boundaries are not walls, they are guidelines that help foster healthier, more balanced relationships. They allow you to engage with others in a way that honors both your needs and theirs, and they provide a foundation of trust and respect in every interaction. When you respect your own boundaries, others will respect them too. But this doesn't mean that you allow others to walk all over you or take advantage of your time and energy. It means you are aware of your worth, and you understand that your time and energy are precious. You teach others to treat you with kindness and respect, not by demanding it, but by demonstrating it in how you live your life. Your actions are a reflection of the standards you set for yourself and the world around you. When you respect yourself, you naturally invite others to do the same. This respect you cultivate for yourself will inevitably spill over into the way you treat others. It's a reciprocal process. When you demonstrate that you value yourself, others will begin to see you as someone worthy of respect. You won't need to ask for respect or seek validation from others. It will come naturally because people will recognize that you are a person who values themselves and, in turn, values those around them. You create an environment where mutual respect becomes the foundation of all interactions. It is also crucial to understand that setting boundaries doesn't mean shutting others out. It doesn't mean pushing people away or being unwilling to compromise. It means understanding your limits and communicating them effectively. It means creating space for yourself when you need it and saying no when it is necessary to protect your well-being. It's about knowing when to say yes and when to say no and not feeling guilty for doing so. Respecting your own boundaries shows others that you take your own well-being seriously and that they should do the same. When you show respect to yourself, you demonstrate that you are someone who can be trusted, someone who knows their worth. And people respect that. People are drawn to those who have a strong sense of self, those who know how to balance their needs with the needs of others, and those who aren't afraid to stand firm when necessary. This kind of respect is not something that can be forced or manipulated. It is earned through consistent actions and the ability to communicate effectively. The way you approach your relationships, whether personal, professional, or casual, is a reflection of how you respect yourself. When you show up for others with kindness and integrity, when you treat people the way you want to be treated, you set the tone for how those relationships will unfold. People appreciate honesty, they appreciate consistency, and they appreciate someone who treats them with the same respect that they demand for themselves. By demonstrating this respect in your interactions, you create an atmosphere of trust, understanding, and mutual support. This is what makes people think about you long after your interactions are over. It's not the superficial gestures or empty words, it's the depth of the respect you give to yourself and others that leaves a lasting impression. The boundaries you set for yourself also extend to your environment, your time, and your energy. Protecting your space is not about being selfish or distant. It's about preserving your peace, protecting your mental health, and ensuring that you have the space to grow. When you allow others into your space without setting any boundaries, you risk draining yourself. But when you set those boundaries, you ensure that your relationships remain healthy and that you are able to maintain a sense of balance in your life. People respect someone who knows how to manage their time, who knows when to give and when to take a step back. This creates an environment where everyone's needs are respected and valued. In the end, respect is a reflection of how you treat yourself and how you treat others. When you honor your own worth and set clear boundaries, you send a powerful message to the world. I am worthy of respect, and I will not settle for anything less. It's not about being difficult or demanding, it's about understanding your value and teaching others to understand it too. When you respect yourself in this way, others will naturally do the same, and it will leave a lasting impact on everyone you encounter.